Okay, watch this. So this is 7.3 last, remember we already proved this formula. This we proved, right? Do you remember we proved this? Everything is done. Now the question is, how do we apply it? So today's lesson is more about, okay, let's see how to apply it. First problem says, hey, figure out what is sine to x, cosine to x, tan to x. But they gave us some information, it's tan x. This is 2x, this is x, can you see that? So tan x is given to you equals to minus 1/5 and cosine x. I want you to write there, what is the meaning of this means cosine of x is? Can you write in your paper? It means positive. Greater than 0 means what? Nobody's saying, what is that?
Positive.
Okay. So, they gave us tan x is negative 1/5, agree? So what we will do is, two things should, which quadrant is this? So if this is the x, which quadrant is it this? So two things are happening, cosine is positive and tan is negative, right? Now I'm going to draw that thing. So in this case, both are positive, agree? This is cosine and that is sine, agree? Here, which one is positive? Cosine is negative, sine is positive, agree? Nobody say yes. And here both are negative. It means cosine is negative and sine also is negative, correct? And in the last one, it is plus and minus. That means cosine is positive and sine is negative. Now, so basically, what about the tan? If these two are positive, tan has to be positive. If these two are negative, tan has to be positive here also. So tan is positive when both are having the same sign. If they are opposite, here tan is negative, and here also tan is, got it? Understand that part? So now, can you decide and tell me where is the angle? So where is this angle, right? So tan is negative, so either it is second or fourth, right? But here cosine is positive. So cosine is positive. So the angle has to be all around like this. Can you see this? So I will take out those things. So this is not required, this is not required. So that's our focus, right? So the x is, fourth quadrant. Make sense? Now, let's see. Let's draw that. Let's draw this. So, draw a triangle. Now, this is 1/5. So, I have to draw a longer one, 5 here and the 1 here. Can you see? Because 5 is bigger. So, this is adjacent is like long. That's like 1. And the angle is x. This is the x part, right? So can you figure out what is the hypotenuse here? So we have to do some work. You can't just, unless mentally you can do 5 square is 25 and 1 square is 1, 25 and 1 is, mentally you can directly write 20, correct? Yeah, so you don't show you don't have to show the step, you just write it. So the tan is this. And then at the same time, I'm going to write, once you get this information, can we write beside there, can we write this as what is sine? What is sine x now? Yeah, it's 1/square root of 20. The question is positive or negative? That's the main thing now. Which quadrant are we talking about?
Negative.
So it has to be? See how beautiful this is? So nice. What about cosine of x?
It's 5/square root
5, yeah, it's adjacent, right? So this is the, I made a mistake. This is, oh my God, I'm hungry. I'm really, this is the time, I don't know why I feel hungry. So cosine x is 5/x. So it is positive, right? Because cosine is positive. Is she backbiting? Jocelyn, what is she telling you? Did you do? Did you get so far? Now the question is, let's go. So what we did right now is step number 1. Just by knowing this information, we try to create a triangle. We saw where is 1 and 5. We figured the hypotenuse. We also remember all this, which quadrant is the angle. That's the main thing. This is where students make mistake. They don't know where is the angle. They get the answers correct, 1, 5 square, but they get messed up with minus or plus. So that's the important thing now. Once you get this, let's straight away write first question. What is the first question? Sine 2x, compound angle formula. What is sine 2x from this? How do I write it?
2 times negative 1 over square root.
So this, instead of theta, what do you have? This one. I'm using that formula.
Yeah. 2 times.
2? 2 times sine what?
It's sine theta.
Theta, right? So that theta goes right, that theta is x, correct?
Yeah.
So theta, this is your theta, right?
Yeah.
So that's x, agree?
Plus cos x. Cosine x.
Times cosine of
X.
the same x. Basically, double angle formula, what it does, whatever the left angle is, you make it half.
2 times.
And now you just plug it, you're done. What is 2 times sine x? What is sine x? Yeah, we already have those things. You just have to write down. So what is sine x?
1 over square root of 26.
You mean to say 1 minus, right? Minus?
Oh yeah, negative.
Yeah, square root of 26. And the other one?
5 over square root of 26. Which is 2 times negative 5
So simple. And you already know the answer. This will be 2 times 5 is, there's a single negative sign stays. This negative, a single, it stays. 2 times 5 is 10. If you multiply 2 square root of, what is square root of a times square root of a is always a, correct? If you have the same thing under the radical sign, it's just a 26. And you can still reduce this. How do I reduce this? 2 divides 10 and 2 divides 26. So this is sine of, is that okay? Firstly? Nobody's saying yes. Yeah, actually, see, the right way to do is, in the mentally we are doing that. You're not showing the, you don't show in the step. It's like you're dividing 2 and dividing. That's the right way to do. But nobody shows that, right? Then what about cosine 2x? We'll use the, we are done with sine 2. So here is the sine 2x is, there are 3 of them, right? I'll use the first one because if you use the second one and third, and this one, you have to do LCM, least common lot of, we'll use cosine square of x minus sine square of x. Yes or no? Do you agree? So cosine 2x is cosine square minus sine square. And let's plug it in. What is cosine of x? Right here. Correct? So it is 5 square root of 26. And then you square minus. So you just have to plug this in. So this is what is the most important step that we did from whatever the given information, from 10x, which was minus 1 over 5, we could figure out that. Okay, sine x is negative minus 1 over, correct? Yes or no? And then the next is you just square, 5 times 5 is
25.
divide by, yeah, this will be just 26 minus, if you square, the negative sign vanishes, right? So negative is positive, but this by default stays. This is the same. This minus sign gone. So 1 over 26, right?
Which is 24 over 26.
Yeah, you can directly write 25 minus 1 is,
Which is
and
12 over
12 over 13, and done. Make sense? And for the tan tooth, you can directly use sine over cosine. So let's say, so you're done. This, so what did we get is cosine 2x is 12 over 13. So I'll put that in the box. This was, oh, I made a mistake, it should be x here. This is the other one. And how do I use and tan 2x. What is tan 2x by, what is definition? How do I write tan in terms of sine and cosine?
Sine over.
Yeah, it is sine over cosine, whatever the angle remains, and you just plug in here. See, this is equals, what is sine x is?
5 over 13.
So now you know what I'm saying. So this sine x will go right here, which is minus 5 over 13. And this one, where is that? Okay. So this cosine goes right here, right? Which is 12 over 10. Agree? So the color coding that will help you. Is that okay? Is there a shortcut to do this?
You could just,
Yeah.
13.
These are both bottom numbers you can cross out. Basically, it is like keep, change, flip, and it's the same thing. Can you get? What do you get? Yeah, the answer is -5. That -5 stays, divided by 12, and you're done. My question to you is there another shortcut to do this? Without using this formula, are there more formulas to do this? Whoever tells me the answer gets $5. Try, think over it. Now, the method that I use a triangle, right? Remember, that's what I did. So without even using triangle, was there another way we could use from this formula that you see there? Check that. Can you check the chart? Which are the other formulas you see there? For sine 2 theta. Okay, watch this. First of all, this is 2 sine x cosine x. Agree? Yes or no? Agree? Jocelyn? It's because of this. But I don't want to use this. You know, in the problem, they give you tan. What is tan means? -1/5. Did they give you this? Is there a formula where you can write sine 2x in terms of tan? So sine 2x. Well, look at the chart and tell me which is the other formula that we can use.
2 tan theta over 1 plus tan squared theta.
Tan squared theta, but what is theta here?
Or x.
The red x, right? You see how it is? How it is, right? So you could use this directly and say, oh, tan square, 1, 2, tan. Now, put a division line. I want you to write this so that really understand different ways to do. Is sine 2x, you can directly say, hey, 2 tan x, 1 plus tan square, okay? And then what is 2? So let's plug 2 times. The tan x is right here, -1/5. And this is 1. The only problem here is there is a 1 plus, that's why. And again, minus 1 over 5. Uh, 1 plus, and you have to square, right? Uh, okay, let's see something is going wrong. We'll check what it is. Do you agree with this? The 10x was like this, right? So I plug it in and then. So this will be minus 2 over 5, and this will be 1 plus, minus minus plus, 1 times 1, and 25, what is that? 25? Ah, 1. I just want to make sure I get it. This was 1 and 5, right? And this was 13, right? Correct? So 1, 5, and that is 13. And this was x. Let's see what's going on. So this is multiply 25 here and divide 25. This you get minus 25, and this will be 25 here. 25 plus 1 is
26.
26, right? And keep change flip if you want, just to make sure we get it correct. And you multiply 25 goes up upon 26. Nobody's saying yes.
Yes.
And then 5 divides 25, so I can use this 5 divides 5 times. We can cross out this 2 also. How many times? 13, right? So eventually this 5 remains a minus. There's a minus, there's a minus 5 over. Is it the same answer? But little, I think, yeah, this one required that extra multiplying up, down, and kind of little, but almost the same thing. Using directly this, the other pre-cal, like the other, nobody teaches us this part. Because this formula is in when you go to calculus kind of, calc 2. But I gave you right now, because you're supposed to know only which one? This thing. You're not supposed to know that other one. Make sense? Nobody's saying yes. So if this is cosine to x, for this one, what is the formula? 1 minus. You use this and get the answer, correct? Okay? And the last one you can do directly, there's already formula. They didn't ask us 10 to 10. Did they ask? Yes, yeah. You could do the same thing right here also. Is that okay? So as I said, I keep it for you to do yourself. Just wanted to see how beautiful this is. So many different ways to do it. Is that okay? Nobody's saying yes. Let's go to the next one. I'll just pause this and give you enough